Welcome back. The Conway Regional Health System pregame show continues now. It is our roundtable discussion. The voices of the Wampus Cats, Levi Gilbert and Tim Roach, join me. And guys, we were talking about this game coming up tonight, and it'd be so easy to not look back. So let's look back just for a second. I know we got to look at the homecoming victory, but then all eyes are going to be on PA. So some final thoughts on last week's win.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the last time we'll get to go that deep into the roster for a while. So it was good to get that in, and it's good that we played. What I've loved this whole season is that we have not played down to anyone yet, and we've just played our game, no matter who we were playing, no matter who was in front of us. And we've had some situations where it had to be the next guy up, had to come in, and he did his job. So I'm glad to see that type of effort, even against a team like Central, where we should beat them, but to still go out and do it. I mean, 2 defensive touchdowns in the first half, and I think we had one later too. Maybe I can't remember. I mean, the defense is just doing great things. It was a great night. I'm just glad that it's behind us, and we can move forward into what feels like the actual start of the season.
Our defense is on a feeding frenzy at times. And so, yeah, to Levi's point, it doesn't matter the competition. They want to go out and play their kind of ball. And hopefully we'll see that again tonight.
It is the strangest feeling looking at the calendar. It's October 25th, and it feels like week 1. It's real, like it's been like a 7-week preseason. But man, these next 3 weeks and then beyond are going to be huge. It starts tonight with a brand new opponent, but man, what a program. And when you look at the modern Arkansas football history, go back 100 years, and it's the Little Rock Centrals and the Pine Bluffs of the world. But you look at the last 23, 24 years, it's Greenwood and it's Pulaski Academy, and PA even more in the last decade or so. 8 of the last 10 years, they've won state championships. Guys, I know you watch more video than anybody. I know you get prepared. What are your initial thoughts on a brand new opponent for us?
Yeah, 11 championships total, all in this century. I mean, that's a crazy. I mean, PA is what Conway wants to be. This is what we're striving towards becoming, right? Is an actual power that's winning championships. So in a lot of ways, it's an interesting night. History being made, first time between these 2 programs. But when you look at PA, you're like, that's who we want to be. Not in terms of how we play and the style of style of play out there, but we want to be a championship team. And there hasn't really been any drop off since Anthony Lucas took over. He's in his 4th season. He's 41-6 going into this. So, I mean, he's just continuing that tradition. They have an amazing quarterback in Brandon Cobb. Got great size at receiver, which is really going to be an issue for us. I mean, we talk about our defense and how well it's played, and it's been a turnover machine. We talk about the secondary being the strength of our defense. We're really going to find that out tonight because our secondary is amazing. They're a little undersized. We've talked about that some throughout the last few weeks. Compared against these receivers they're going to be going up to, it's a real strength versus strength, and it's going to be the key of the game. And I just can't wait to see what happens and what we can do.
They are probably, besides maybe Bryant, because that's what we're used to, one of the most confident looking teams that you will see. I mean, they know how to win. They're used to winning. It's what you talked about, their history, recent history for sure. They just know what they're doing. They play their style of football, and they're very confident in it. When you're playing confident and you're winning and you're at home and all those things, and we're in a place where it's a little bit jammed in for us and we can't bring everybody and all those things, it makes it for a little bit more of a difficult, uncomfortable approach. But they are very good at what they do defensively. They really come after you. They fly after you. And so our quarterback's going to have an opportunity to get it out of there quickly or take off running. We'll see what happens there. But they've given up a lot of points. Defensively, they give up a lot of points. They've been averaging giving up about 40 a game. And so you can score against them, but they just want the ball back. They don't care if you score or not. They just want the ball back and get another possession. So if we play our kind of football and we lean on them again in the 4th quarter, I think we can be successful.
Yeah, they gave up 47 against Cabot last week in a 56-47 victory. Let's talk about our guys. How are we looking going into this one again? 7 victories, more than 3 touchdown victory in each of the 7. How are we looking going into tonight's game?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first real test, right?
Yeah.
And we've been saying this for weeks. It's I had a conversation with someone a few weeks ago that just on an elevator. Everybody, when people see me, they want to talk about the Wampus Cats. I love it.
Yeah.
But he was saying, man, you guys really took it to whoever we played that week, and I was like, yeah, it's hard to tell just how good we are because we haven't played. The measuring stick is just way off because we haven't played anyone that can match it. And he said to me, that may be true. I'm not denying that, but I really think part of it is just that you guys are that good this year, and it's like maybe I just can't see it because I'm so deep into it. But one of us is going to know who's right after tonight because
Yeah.
we're going to finally have some competition that is the measuring stick's going to be right there. We're going to know. We're really going to know where do we stand. I mean, we're ranked number 2. They're ranked number 3. These last 3 weeks heading into the playoffs, it's like the playoffs are already here, and you can hear it. I'm excited about it because, we really want to have a bye, and if we don't win this game tonight, that's really going to put a damper on that being a possibility potentially.
We're at a point where we've been every year for like seemingly for the last 3 or 4 years, undefeated going into a critical part of the season. And to Levi's point, this is the first time we're really going to be tested besides maybe early with Bentonville and Jonesboro. I'm really excited to see how what the coaches plan to do over the last week or so. Maybe they've been game planning a little bit longer than that, what they can do to stop this offense and then score on their defense. This feels like one of those moments where it's time. You want to play big boy football. Now's the time. Let's show what we can do.
All right, guys. Thanks. Tonight promises to be a great one. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air with the pregame show at 6:30 online, conwaycorp.com/WC2go. And if you're in Conway on Conway Corp Cable, it's Conway Corp Channel 5. We'll look forward to seeing you tonight, 6:30 pregame.